Yes, my people. Yes, my people. It's your boy Gumsa. It's Thursday evening. I've been waiting to do one of these for a long, long time, and it's never seems to be an incoming. It always seems to be an outgoing. But we're here. It's it's an Armory special. Not the news we really wanted. It's not as exciting as I thought it would be when I'm doing an Armory special, but there has been some movement in the transfer window regarding Arsenal. If you haven't seen it already, you've probably seen it in the thumbnail or the title. Calum Chambers has left Arsenal and he's joined Aston Villa on a 3.5 year deal. Um, Literally just come out not so long ago, maybe the last 20 minutes it came out. So I haven't got much information on it as yet. But what we're seeing is he's left Arsenal. It's not a loan. He's gone. Some reports are saying it's a free transfer. We've just terminated another contract. Some reports are saying it's like up to 2 million, as Calum Chambers was out of contract in the summer. So yeah, I feel it's probably the second because I think we probably would have kept Chambers for half a season. He has a little bit to offer. I don't reckon his wages are astronomical where you're thinking actually get him out because it saves a lot of money. Um, so I do feel we probably would have kept him. So I do think there's probably a little transfer fee in there where we're thinking actually, yeah, a couple of mil plus the player off the wages would take that now. We obviously have Cedric as backup in right back. Um, But yeah, Chambers is gone to Villa. So let's get to a comment here from Jason. Apparently, no transfer fee, so they got him for free 6 months before his contract expired. I'm seriously hoping we bring some players in, otherwise we'd be bare bone squad till summer. Um, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Reference to transfer fee, I reckon there must have been a little something, but it happened very quickly. And it just shows, obviously, when you are trying to get them big players done, it does take a while, but it shows you how quick a transfer can go through. There was no talk of Chambers leaving at all. Yeah, I think the talk of anyone leaving with Cedric was meant to be looking at Atletico Madrid. So this kind of really came out of the blue. Um, but yeah, Chambers is gone. So our squad is quite thin. He predominantly played right back under Arteta. So it leaves us with right back. We're not too bad. Obviously, Cedric and Tomiyasu. Centre back, I think, is more of a problem. Hence, what Silver Fox is saying here. We have three recognised centre backs left. So you're talking Gabriel, Ben White, and Holding. And obviously Tierney can fill in there if you needed to. Oh, and Tomiyasu can play there as well, actually. So we're probably not as thin centre back as we think. I know Tierney's. Well, we haven't really seen him play in a two, but Tomiyasu definitely can play centre back in a two. So maybe we're not as thin as we thought in centre back position. But yeah, it's another player off the wage book, another servant gone. Chambers has been here a very, very long time. Was part of that famous picture. I think he was in there with the five English players with the Oxlade, Chamberlains, Gibbs, Walcott. I can't remember who the one was on there, but I think Ramsey, Wiltshire maybe, something like that. But yeah, he's obviously now gone. Tell us what's your thoughts on his career at Arsenal. Um, Again, never really established himself as a first team player, as in starting 11. Had a bit of a run last year towards the end of the season at right back. He was Arteta's preferred player, but again, you saw the limitations with going forward. Um, yeah, but again, he had that one standout game against West Ham. Was it two or three assists? That volley assist was beautiful. So yeah, I said like nothing negative about the player. Do you know what I mean? It didn't cost us the world. Obviously, at that time, 12 mil was quite expensive for a teenager as such. But when you think of how long he's been at the club, so I mean, 12 mil is not major money to be spent on him. And yeah, he's done all right. Obviously, part of the FA Cup winning team. I think he's also picked up a charity shield with us, so a couple of trophies under his belt. Um, yeah, guys, sorry, can you hit the like button? As Tony's saying, keep the comments coming in as well because I'm here by myself, so I need someone to talk to, you guys. So make sure you keep commenting, like, subscribe. Um, what are you saying, Canon FC? I think he's saying what's the scene or fee, maybe. Not too sure yet, so I'm gonna try and investigate that a bit further. We'll probably find out in due time how much it's gonna come up. Um, you see, Jason. Oh, hold on. It's Red saying we might be able to get Douglas Luiz. And would that be your preferred candidate for that centre midfield role, Itchred? Obviously, Ruben Neves is being linked again a little bit. Not sure what's happening with Gamares to Newcastle now. That seems to have kind of died down a bit. So maybe that's still an option. Um, And yeah, I know there's been talks the last day about Douglas Luiz. I know that's intensified, so potentially give them a little sweetener. Um, we might have a special guest to come and join me in a second.
What's going on, my guy?
You good?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. A bit shocked, but I'm good.
How's Dubai? You should have known. How's Dubai? Did you not see him on the plane?
I didn't see anything. All I saw was Ben White. You should check his Instagram story. You'll see me there with him.
Nice little earring and that for Ben White.
I mean, we're staying in like a 3-star hotel right now, but we're making do.
Yeah, bless you. But yeah, so yeah, thoughts. That was a real shock when that came out.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it. Nobody reported on this thing. It's like Ryan Fraser last transfer window in Jan when we signed him. Nobody was like
Ryan Fraser or thing.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, the keeper. Yeah.
All pretty much the same player anyway.
Yeah.
It's really unexpected. Sorry, I don't know what you've covered in the show or not, but
you go.
But yeah, like I don't know what's going on. Like, surely, right? I don't get it. Like, this has been the story of the whole transfer window. I don't understand the business we're doing relatively. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I don't get it. Now this, no concrete links, but there's been no real concrete links apart from Vlahovic, who we were in for. We knew we were in for him, and our outgoings. That's been it. Everything else has been speculation. Like, there's not been like a tier one source, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if we're just keeping everything watertight and we're going to do a madness like an Alexander Isaac in the last day, hypothetically. Like, I'd like to do that, but you never know. But I'm not sure. Like, I didn't think our squad could get any thinner, but it is. So I don't know.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Like, at the same time, we've stockpiled players. I think since we've had sometimes a lot of players who aren't good enough, who just on 5-year contracts, picking up wages, and they haven't been good enough for a long time. So I get the idea of trying to get rid of these players. Like, if you say we were to get Jed Spence as your backup right back to Tomiyasu, that to me is a better right back backup option than Chambers and Cedric. So it makes sense. I think with with Chambers, obviously he's only got 6 months left on his contract. So if we've just let him go for free, that to me is a bit weird. You might as well just get his wages massive.
You say this though. This is also what's weirding me out, is how little of a fee we got for him. We had an option for an extension for a year. I don't know if you knew this. We could have triggered it. Obviously, officially he has 6 months left, but we could have extended it for a year. That's what weirds me out with the fee, because the fee is so
equally
little.
Yeah, it's very little, but equally, how many times have we seen Chambers this season? And I think twice.
Not enough,
maybe.
I think
twice. So it's, again, we've gone through that period of busyness, because obviously January was the busy period, three games in a week and the rest of it. We've got through that now. So actually we will have the odd rescheduled games. So I think the Wolves game and maybe one more may go into a midweek, but apart from that, we're not in any cup competition, so we're going to be literally playing every week. Now, we can't predict injuries, but if just say we had that run through the middle of the season, so far the first quarter of the season, say from after the first international break up until Christmas, really the back four picked itself. The only other change we ever had was Tierney and Tavares. That was the only bit of rotation in there. When Xhaka and Partey were fit, they start. In the the three in front, Smith Rowe, Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, 4 of them 3 start, and then strikers Lacazette and obviously Eddie. But there's not really much. If everyone's fit, we kind of know 12 out of that 11 pick itself. The only place there might be some movement for me is Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Saka. That would be the only place I think we may rotate. As long as everyone's fit, the other 10 pick themselves. Well, not 10, but you know what I mean? The defense, the midfield pick itself, and Lacazette starts if we don't bring in another striker. So, again, is he looking at it? Once we got past January, there's nothing really for Cedric Chambers to play for. We got Cedric. As I was saying earlier, Tony said we've only got three recognised centre backs, but actually Tomiyasu can play in centre back. So he would then make your fourth centre back, and Tierney can play in there if really
left
need
back.
be.
Yeah,
So you then talking you actually got five players who could play centre back. So centre back's not a problem for cover. Right back, obviously we got Cedric still, so that's not a problem. Then Ben White can double up as a right back if
yeah.
need be.
Serkin Tavares.
Yeah, so you've then got enough cover for him. So actually, even though we're looking at it's maybe 2 mil, 2 mil plus the wages could end up being 5 to 7 mil by the end of the season on a player who might have only featured two or three more times for us.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I think again, time will tell. If we get a lot of injuries and you're thinking, oh my god, we let Chambers go, and what have we done? But in hindsight, if we don't get any injuries, and we're thinking actually we didn't see him at all. Like even when we thought he might come and play this game, it's like, oh, he's injured. We're like, really? Like no one ever knew when Tomiyasu was out. We was like, where's Chambers gone? That's the only time we looked for him. So in that way, do you think it's maybe 5 mil to save long term?
yeah. It's just I don't know. I'm not mad that we sold Chambers. I was more annoyed that we loaned out Ainsley Maitland-Niles to Roma. I don't mind. I wouldn't have minded if we would have loaned him out, like say now.
Now,
It was just the wrong period to loan him out. So I'm not against getting rid of Chambers. I'm just it's just been a really weird window. Like I for me as a fan, maybe they're not looking at it as the same. This is the first position we've been in a very long time where we have a chance at top four. So what I wanted to see was us to either get a target in midfield or a target in as a forward, but we've not done any of that. And that's what I'm worried about is not necessarily United and Tottenham because they haven't really brought anyone in, but the teams below that are picking up pace. Villa is looking good under Gerrard. Wolves are looking good. Obviously, I don't know if they've signed many players. They've got rid of Traore to Barcelona. But I'm more focused on us right now. And for me, I see an opportunity for us to actually push for top four.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a bit not annoyed, but like disappointed that we haven't seized the opportunity as of yet. We might, as I said, we might do a madness in the next 3 or 4 days. But as of right now, recording this, we're signing a US goalie that's coming in the summer by the looks of it. And that's about it. So
that's it. Yeah, it's the only thing that's kind of concrete-ish, isn't it? Yeah, and I agree with you. I think this is definitely an opportunity for us to, do you know what I mean, push on and take potentially top four because it seems like no one really wants it this year. We've all kind of got in good positions and had bad runs, so it is a good opportunity for us. Again, top six is what we was after, but if we can get in a top four, it's like this is a perfect time to strike because, in all honesty, Man United haven't lived up to the expectations you would have thought with what they brought in the summer, like Ronaldo, Varane, and Sancho. You're thinking you come second, you bring that in, you should be challenging. So they've fallen off a bit. Chelsea haven't been as great as what we would expect after winning Champions League and bringing Lukaku in. So I'm not saying we're going to catch them, but Tottenham are Tottenham. Leicester haven't had as good a season. West Ham have kind of stayed where they were last year. And as you said, Wolves have picked up. So there's definitely opportunity for Arsenal to get in. Again, a bit more aggression. I can't even say it's aggression, but it's just maybe that decisiveness of, especially in midfield. I think striker, we went hard for it. And again, I think the fact Juve signed him this window shows that maybe we were close. Oh, what a finish. Arsenal women are 2-1 up. Great free kick.
I thought there was a fly going around your room. I wondered.
No, I was just what a free kick that is. We could do with that instead of Lacazette over the ball from free kick situations. So big up the women. They were 1-0 down at half time and they just scored two in quick succession to be 2-1 up. So it's on Sky Sports 1 now as well, guys. If you're not doing anything, go watch that. Support the girls. At least someone might bring us a little trophy this season. And yeah, they're looking good, man. The Arsenal ladies. So yeah, go for them. But anyway, back to the transfers. I've completely lost thought. Yeah, we need a centre midfielder. Like that to me is the problem area massively. Like even again, it's not the top quality. I do think there's that element of, do we get someone in who's okay, or do we wait? Do you know what I mean? I'd much rather us wait and get the main target, but at the same time, we need some legs in there. Just someone with, again, you're relying on El Nene and Patino. Do you know what I mean? Like that's to me is not strong enough. So you can definitely find players in there on a 6-month loan, hopefully, to come in until the summer. But one thing I do feel is, again, I think we go hard in the summer. He's cleared out, them players who fans wouldn't mind keeping. Like if they stay, you're not really going to be too angry at it. But we've cleared them out, so that shows me an intent to actually make the squad better. Do you know what I mean? Not just the 11. So, and again, I
Yeah.
think this. Sorry, go on.
I'm just trying to think. As you said, we've cleared out. We've gutted the entire
A
team.
lot.
So
Yeah.
there's not. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, really now, who needs to be moved. Really,
You think, and you think if you add in there, Lacazette and Eddie and Nketiah both go at the end of the season.
and
Alba
then
will
he's going
obviously.
at the end of the season.
Oh, Nene as well.
Yeah, he's gone. He's 6 months left.
Oh, sugar, I didn't know him as well.
Yeah,
Obviously Alba, we look like we're trying to force out the door. Who knows with Pepe?
maybe Cedric. Not
Yeah, I think he
now.
might be
In
gone.
summer.
Yeah, I think he might be. The fact we linked with Jed Spence, I think he might be gone. You're
Got rid
then
of
talking
Murray as
really.
well.
All we've got left, obviously Sleeper comes back in, but all we then got left is really the
34.
11. Yeah. Hopefully. So, and if you had to look at that, there's literally we've got the main, not even the main 11, but there's probably like 10 players. So
yeah,
they must have some major targets. But again, if you look at the free transfer list, there's some big players out there, like 4 good players for each position. So yeah, it makes sense to grab a couple of them.
Yeah, well, if we get European football, we're going to need to do a madness though, because pretty much every single player out on loan currently isn't coming back. Like, the only player I can really think that's coming back is Saliba. Yeah, genuinely, he's apart from, I'm not including the youngsters on this. I'm meaning like Herrera, Guendouzi, Mavropanos, and Murray, etc.
Herrera.
Then they're not even going to be coming back. Like,
no.
So we genuinely, I'm thinking squad numbers. Leno's off as well in summer, I reckon.
Yeah.
So, like, we're bare bones. We have like 15, 16 players. Like, we're going to need
major
7 more.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what their plan is long term. Like, obviously, Mari is only a loan, but I can't see him now staying. Like, don't make sense really. And honestly, if you've loaned him out, you obviously feel he's not what you want. So I feel he'll be going. The same thing you're saying, Torreira. Seems like he's happy in Italy, so he'll be there. So yeah, like you're saying, Saliba will come back. I think obviously Bellerin may come back, but again, I think we'd be looking to move him on.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's got to be maybe some players coming in somewhere. But I think there's people like Belotti and people like that are available on a free.
Yeah, Belotti's on a free.
Obviously, like, you've got your Frank Kessie, Zakaria. There's a lot of players out there who, again, someone like a Belotti coming in with, say, Isaac or someone like that is
not bad.
Looking like a half decent strike force. Yeah, so I feel again there's going to be a lot of teams looking for them players, though, isn't it? And this is the issue.
Yeah,
it's you can't just put your eggs in that basket because if it goes wrong, then you're left with nothing. So, but let's get to some comments because there's a lot coming in.
Yeah, see.
It's always hard to sign top quality players in this window, though. Itchad, I answered a question earlier who you want in the midfield, and he said he doesn't care. He just wants a centre midfielder in. Every journo missed this, Tony. So yeah, I think you obviously talk about Chambers. We are looking more like a car boot sale team this window, but do you know what? Sometimes you've got to do this to get it all out and start again. Like, to be fair, I'm not mad at getting rid of a lot of them fringe players because they've shown for the last 6-7 years they're not been good enough. A lot of them, so you have to bite the bullet sometime. Thoughts on Newcastle buying Ramirez, who's a quality number 8 Arsenal something could do with? I'll let you deal with that one.
Yeah, man, I'm good. I thought he was the one. I thought he was the chosen one, but apparently not. Apparently Arsenal have alternate plans to us or to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He was for me the Granit Xhaka replacement that gets assists and doesn't get red cards.
Yeah.
And doesn't get injured either. I know Xhaka doesn't, but he's an upgrade on Xhaka. He just is. I don't know. Again, they must have alternate ideas. Like, we've been linked with so many midfielders. Yuri Tielemans, Ruben Neves, again, all quality centre midfielders. They're not the same profile, but they're good. So I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed purely on the price, because what you're paying, if it is around 33, 35 million quid for somebody that is that good and that age, you give him 2 or 3 years, he can become one of the best midfielders in the league, I reckon. My only hope is he joins Newcastle, they get relegated, and we buy him for half the price. That's my only.
Because he will have a buyout. He probably will put a clause in that contract if they get relegated. Like Wijnaldum,
Yeah.
I can go for a cut price.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, it's true. I think the fee isn't major, so it's like,
No.
why are we not stumping it up? Because if we go for Tillemans in the summer, you're talking the same price. Neves is the same price. So, and again, to wait to summer for someone of that quality, we get if he doesn't move now because he wants to move in the summer, then I'll happily wait for him. But
Yeah. Yeah.
he's actively going to move this window, so why have we not pulled the trigger on him? Because again, to me, there's nothing wrong with having Ramirez and a Tillemans because competition's healthy, and you see it at City, they have Bernardo Silva, like who at the moment is probably one of the form players, but then you've got De Bruyne also wanting to play there, and Gundogan. Like, do you know what I mean? Foden could sit in there. They've got a lot of
Foden,
players who can
Rodri,
play.
Fernandinho, bro, they're
Yeah,
stacked. Like that's what we want to be in a few years.
yeah,
And to add him for that price, it comes down to what we did on Gunslingers as well. I mean, you were in agreement of being smart with our financial investments now that we're in a place because I can't remember not in terms of quality of the squad. We do have a good squad, but I'm plainly from a financial standpoint. I don't remember our wage bill being this healthy. I don't remember the
yeah,
numbers
for
in
a
the
long
squad
time.
being this healthy, right? Like we always had a bloated wage bill, and now we've
Yeah,
trimmed. Like we probably trimmed it by like 500k this window, maybe
yeah,
400k, right?
yeah.
We've got rid of a lot.
Mhm.
So I don't want to be dropping bags on people that are higher risk. Maybe with Isaac, I can
Yeah,
take it, but if you can sign someone for safe for 35 million and put him on 100k a week, which is reportedly what Newcastle are going to put him on,
yeah,
for me, it seems like a no-brainer and a smart
yeah.
investment.
And to be fair, I think Arsenal wouldn't even have to pay that much in wages for him. I think
No.
Newcastle have to pay inflated for him because I think they say it's 4 times the amount he's on at Lyon. So Arsenal would ease. The same as Flyovic with Juventus and Arsenal. Arsenal was obviously offering him a bumper deal because he wanted to go Juve. So for us to get him, we had to trump it. Whereas Juve obviously just paid him relatively well. But yeah, I think the same with Ramirez. We probably would have got away with 60 to 75,000 because that was still would have doubled his wages. Whereas Newcastle paying over 100 for him. But yeah, it seems like that one sold. And to me, yeah, I'm not accepting anything but a Neves or a Tillemans now. Like if we take that after Ramirez, because again, look, Ramirez was our number one target, so it doesn't make sense
Yeah,
to let him go. But we said the same in the summer with Brendia. He looked like our number one target.
we got
He,
Odegaard,
he
yeah.
became available and we didn't go and we got Odegaard. And not saying he's better or had a better season, but yeah, I think we're all happy with Odegaard at the moment. Um, yeah, Jason's saying the same thing. We link heavily with him,
Yeah.
and he'll probably end up in the championship next season. Yeah, if he does, let's grab him. Let's do what Liverpool did with Wijnaldum. Go and grab him. But Phil, leave us alone. He's saying, "Where's Vlahovic? He's still on his way to Arsenal." Yeah,
Where's your transfers, my guy? What's
yeah.
happening with your squad, huh? I'd rather be an
Yeah.
Arsenal fan than a United fan. You're in a mess right now.
For real, they're in the mud. Is there a clause that would bring back Saliba early? I
No,
don't think there is.
there isn't.
From what, yeah, there's not none of them. He's out there for the season. And again, I don't think we're short in centre backs. So actually, to bring him back and him play fourth choice because Rob Holding's third choice. Go on, Tones. Yeah, for him to come back and play a handful of games, it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? Let him just finish up his loan out there, and then bring him back. Instead, if anything does happen to one of our centre backs, Rob Holding will sit in,
Yeah.
and we're sure we'll be fine in that department. Yeah, oh, there's still more. Jesus, more comments. We've agreed the deal's bringing Matt Turner, so I think that's coming in the summer though. So we're
Yeah.
going to sign him now, and I think that'll be the end of Leno at the end of the season. Yeah, it
Yeah.
means Leno's off. Football United TV, what's going on, bruv? Our goal should always be to win the league, and if we fall short, we're in the top four as a result of challenging for title. Yeah, he's talking about Arsenal ladies right now. He's not talking about the men's team. Silver Fox, yes, Football United. Smash the like. And no, Silver Fox is back, but he had a great time. And yeah, he was doing some scouting. He recommended the keeper to us. And I'm going to skip you lot's conversation. James, a good question for you. What two positions do Arsenal need to fill this summer to make Arsenal top four contenders?
I think it's pretty obvious. I think striker, number one priority for me. We can't. I don't know. We probably will, but I don't think we can go the rest of the season with just Lacazette and Eddie. I don't think it's viable. We probably will, but we have one choice of, well, we have two choices: bring in a striker, either a temporary striker or a full striker, or reintegrate Aubameyang, which I'm not too for because I like the way we've improved since he's been out and the
Yeah,
way we
I
seem to
think
play.
the fact he ain't gone on the tour, I think that's him done. Like,
Yeah, Yeah,
Do you know
for
what I mean?
sure.
That was the one time you could say actually we've got a big break. Just bring him back in, and we haven't taken that up. So yeah, to me that means he can sit there if he wants to,
Yeah.
but that's Arteta saying you're not coming back in. And we've seen Arteta do it with Ozil. He didn't break
Yeah.
under the pressure. He left him out. So hold on, there's got a couple more. So what are you saying? Centre mid and striker, they're your two
Yeah.
positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that's everywhere else. I think Arteta will be happy with. Like obviously he's got his back line now. He hasn't really touched upon the attacking areas in the central midfield, apart from Partey. So I think that will be the next one. Obviously Odegaard he came in as well, and we've been blessed with some good youngsters. But I do think striker's the one place next, and then a midfield partner for Partey. Oh, hold on, the ladies are in again. Kanya, Kanya, Kanya. Yeah, go on. Yeah. Oh, she's missed it. She's missed it. Eddie
Can you
Ketia up front
believe
for the ladies.
it?
Good question. Where do you guys sit on the manager? You can take it first.
Yeah, fully back him. No doubts in my mind that he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm the same. Again, whatever happens with me, he's going to leave us in a better position. If he doesn't get Europe, then I think he does have to go.
Yeah.
Because he has had a lot of money. But I think he's done all right, man. I think the criticism has been quite harsh on what's happened to him, but
I think it's all contextual as well. Everyone sees it as black and white. Oh, he's not winning games. He's shit. Oh, he's winning games. He's the best. Like you just have to tread a line of we're a young team with the youngest manager in the league. He's overcome so much as his first job, pandemic, all of this other stuff like Super League, etc., etc. Like for a first job, even as you said, even if we don't qualify for Europe, and I'm talking 6th place and above, I'm not including the Conference League in this. He needs to go, but he's left us in such a better position with regardless who comes in. We have such a lowered wage bill, trimmed squad, and we can go again. So
no, I definitely agree with that. Like you're saying, it's all in context. And no other managers probably have to deal with what he's dealing with of having to clear out that squad the way we've done it, not like a Man City or Chelsea where they could throw 300 mil in one season. He's had to do it gradually. Like you said, he's trimmed that wage bill. You now take off Lacazette, which is 200,000 end of the season. You take off if Alba goes, that's what 300,000 maybe a week.
Yeah,
that's 500,000 alone between them two.
Yeah.
So
Eddie Elneny, there's another 100, etc., etc. So
I know we will be buying players, but obviously our striker's not going to come in on that kind of money, depending on who we get. So yeah, we're in a better place. And again, I think the mentality of the squad, it was a very Arsenal was easy. Do you know what I mean for them players? And that's why a lot of them sat there for so long, happily just picking up the wages, playing here and there, lovely training ground, great facilities. So I think he's brought a little bit of fire, bit of determination to it. And we're seeing that with Aubameyang, as much as some people might not agree. I do think it's harsh what's happened. But equally, I've had enough of players thinking they could just come to Arsenal and it be just easy. Like, do you ever watch like Premiership years and stuff like that, or like Gary Neville's soccer box, whatever that thing's called? Like I watched that, and you watch United when they come out the tunnel. There was no smiling, no shaking hands to anybody. Like there was just a ruthlessness in that. Do you know what I mean? That mentality about them, and like I know football's changed now, and the players seem to get on with each other a lot more. There's less intense rivalries, but like I'm watching Arteta and what he's doing. It's like not mirroring that, but at least it's something of a bit of like this is how we're doing it. This is our way of doing it. Like Fergie had them guys drilled. When you got in the tunnel, don't even look left or right. You focus and them. Like, there's a famous clip of someone trying to shake Rooney's hand who had left United and Gary Neville, and them they're not even like they played with this guy for years. I think it was Schmeichel. Schmeichel's like trying to talk to him, and they're not even looking at him. They're just focused. And yeah, we needed to change philosophy. We was just too easy, too soft. Everyone was too friendly. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think Arteta's done all right. To be fair to him, I'm going to get to this comment. This is my guy Guendouzi. Does he get another chance? I would love for him to get another chance because again, I think he could easily come in and be a good squad player. But I just don't think it will happen. And everyone knows I love Guendouzi. For me to call him a squad player shows you I want something better in midfield still next to Partey. But I do think Guendouzi is a good player, but I just don't think Arteta will have him back now. I think that ship sailed. Yourself?
Yeah, I liked his attitude. He was showing fight and stuff, but what I don't like is his attitude to when he was given a chance to reintegrate into the squad.
Yeah,
he was Arteta. Guendouzi seems to be the one player Arteta given opportunities to
Mm.
apologize, work on it, come back in the squad. Didn't do that. So
Yeah.
for me, if you're not in the plans of the manager and you disrespect him, like a lot of players who have done are out of the squad now,
Mm.
for me, you got to go. I wish you
Yeah.
all the best because he's a talented player. I'll give him that. He
Yeah.
is very talented, but he fumbled his Arsenal career and he's only got
Yeah.
himself to blame. So, but I wish him the best.
He strikes me with like he's going to be like an Anelka, where they've got unbelievable talent, but he's always going to find himself around the middle-ish kind of team because no big team's really going to touch him. Like Anelka, was unbelievable, but after a while, big teams wouldn't really go near him because it's like it comes with too much baggage.
Yeah.
And I think Guendouzi is going to be similar. Hence why he was linked with teams like Barcelona, but he ends up at Marseille. Not being disrespectful, but it's like he's not good enough to warrant the stress and headache he might bring. And he ended up just getting short-term contracts, like a little 2-year contract here, 2-year there, just in case he does what he normally does. We're not then losing out too much on him because the last thing you want is him on a 5-year and he acts up in the first year, like you're stuck with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully he sorts himself out that way. I know I think he might have had his daughter by now, or son or daughter. His girlfriend's pregnant. Hopefully, being a father might help him a little bit, like because he has got unbelievable talent and nothing wrong with his attitude on the pitch, like that determination, will to win. But you got to know when to reel it back in, don't you? We're going on for longer than we thought we was, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Gunner King in himself covered this earlier. Thoughts on Cody Gakpo?
Not happening. You want to know why? About 2 and a bit hours ago, he signed a long-term contract with PSV.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He signed a new contract. Unfortunately, I would have taken him. Good player from all accounts. I used him in my Ajax career mode on FIFA 22, so that's the only time I know of him from my career mode. But yeah, he signed a new deal with PSV, so that ain't happening.
Yeah, so I think it's the typical use Arsenal or use Man United, and you'll get your contract you want with a bit more money on top.
Wait, a bigger team wants us? Here's an extra 20 bags.
Yeah, here you go. So fair enough, that one's sailed. That ship sailed. But yeah, again, I haven't seen much of him. But obviously, watching them video highlights and stuff, like he does look a good player. Physically, quite a big size as well, isn't he? For
I think he's like 6'1".
Yeah, so physically look quite big. Liked him, but yeah, let's move on from him quickly. But there's that other winger. Is it Madueke or Madui? He's at PSV. He used to be at Tottenham.
Yeah. The English dude.
Yeah. Him.
I asked you about it. You said you've known him back for a while.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good from all accounts.
Yeah, I'll be definitely looking over there for looking at him. But again, I think them players, they're not for me to come in to start straight away. They'll be like almost like a Martinelli where they come in, they'll be in around the first team, but have to bide their time. As much as I disapprove us not bringing in players, it starts to scream another summer bumper spree, getting the core of the team sorted before bringing in more players. Yeah, and I think that's what we're doing. However, we don't want to be left too short this window. So I think a loan for Jovic, because if he does well, then we can maybe try and do the same as Odegaard and buy him. And midfield is definitely needed though. Like we need to upgrade in that position. So Silver Fox is saying it's bloody typical. With Gakpo. Here we go. The way you play, should a quality winger who scores like Saka be a priority rather than a centre forward?
Not right now because we have one of them on AFCON if he performs.
And I think with Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Pepe and Saka, I think we're not bad there. Yeah. And I think it's that striker now.
He's been tearing it up. I loved it when we signed Pepe. And again, I've been a very big critic of him. And my stance hasn't changed. I think he needs to go in the summer. But in this last 6 months, he could be crucial if he starts firing like he has been at AFCON. Because at AFCON, he's been brilliant. He's been really, really, really good. But fingers crossed. So I still think a centre forward is higher priority. Because again, we don't really need someone that's going to score 30 goals a season. If we have a better Lacazette who scores 10, 12, 15, that links up the play, like that's what Lacazette is missing, his goals. Everything else he does really well. He's just missing the final product. So I still think centre forward.
I do agree with you. And let's see what happens. But yeah, hopefully we get someone in over the line. But anyway, let's go back to Chambers. Memories, thoughts, any last words on Calum, his career at Arsenal?
No, no real memories. I guess he's been one of those players that I really hoped could work out. Same with Rob Holding. I know Rob Holding's still at the club, and I should be careful what I say here, otherwise Tony's gonna
Yeah,
have my neck. But
you can.
we can upgrade on him, and I'm not mad that he's going again.
Mm,
He had a lot of potential when he came in, but he's just not lived up to what we thought he was going to be when we brought him in.
yeah,
But yeah, he's done solid. I don't think he's been a poor signing. I don't think he's been great, but he's one of them. It's been
yeah.
okay, and I wish him the best.
Bit of trivia for you.
Mm,
What year did we sign Chambers?
Jesus, 2015.
Close, close, not bad.
What was it? 2014.
2014,
Oh,
2014. So he's been here a long
damn.
time. That's like almost 8 years he would have been here.
Yeah,
Um, that's a long, long time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he hasn't even made 100 appearances for Arsenal in that
yeah.
time. So it kind of shows you what his career was at Arsenal.
Bit
Yeah, he's
part
been here
player.
a long time. He's 27 now as well. I didn't think he was that old. But yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense. He's been here a long time. So yeah, like fair play to him, and hopefully he goes on has a good career at Villa. But yeah, on that note, James, thank you very much. Oh, hold on, we got one more question. I know how you're going to answer this. Let's go to it. I know how you're going to answer.
Yeah.
Watkins or DCL?
Yeah. No comparison, my guy.
Yeah,
DCL all day long.
yeah, I'm with you. Like people look at me like I'm mad when I say DCL, and I'm saying he might be my number one target. I don't care what
Well,
anyone says. Like,
I've been telling people I won't drag this on too much because I
no,
know
let's go because this is
but
interesting. We've got 4 minutes. You go first, Timmy.
he's just I don't know. He has everything. Genuinely, has a raw talent. English, tall, strong, great finisher, unreal in the air. One of the best headers of the ball in European football. Like I don't care what you say. He's unbelievable in the air. T&E will feast. We will feast if we had DCL against Burnley. We're winning 3-0.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
scores
yeah,
all of those balls in, right? He's still young, 24, English. Put in some work with him, work on his interlinking play and his touch, then you have a complete number 9
yeah.
for 7, 8 years. So for me, he's really high up on my list.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I 100% echo what you're saying. Like, even again, Vlahovic and DCL, my number to my two I'd wanted. Like, I like the
Yeah.
Watkins and them guys, but I don't think we need that speedy wing, a striker like that.
No,
Speedy, but you know that striker who plays in that way. For me, the target man's going to be more important. I watch how
it
we
is.
play. We get down the wings very easily, but there's nothing to hit in the box. So just give me something different. So my two I'd actually go for would be Calvert-Lewin and Broja from Chelsea. Like if that new
Why
loan system comes
Southampton?
in,
I haven't seen him
yeah,
play. Everyone's raving
oh,
about him. Mine
he's
is
good.
DCL and Isaac, but yeah.
He's good. Yeah, and just again, just to give you that plan B. Like if it's not working, trying to play through teams, then let's do something. Let's just stand the ball up to the back post. Then watch this guy go to all
Yeah, man.
four DCL. Like I think he would be good.
We have enough ball carriers, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka,
Mm.
Pepe. Like we don't need another one of them in a striker. Like we have the equipment to do that already. Big physical presence against centre backs. We don't have that. Bring them in.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So anyway, on that note, let's call that a day. It's a pleasure having you on, Chambers.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
for the
worries. Okay.
service. Um, guys, make sure you're liking, subscribing. RJH Radio Sanagram. Don't want to know what that stands for, but thank you for joining in. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. Have been a pleasure having you on, commenting, mate. Really appreciate it if you've enjoyed the show. Jason as well. Brilliant having you on today. So, guys, make sure you keep in tune with us. Hopefully, we have some more breaking news stories in the next few days because it's coming to an end and we need something in. Sometimes just to give you a lift as well, in it. Just there's nothing better than a new signing, like just that lift. So, guys, Arsenal, if you're listening, enjoy your holiday. But listen, you've got 3 more days to get this stuff done. So get something over the line for us. Jamesy,